Hi,
Okay.
hi, Amy.
Hi. Oh, hi. I'm Amy.
Are you?
Yeah. What's your name?
Vincent Vega.
I don't think that's your name.
I bet you people don't get that reference.
I don't know
Do you
if
get-
I get that reference.
Do you not get that? Do
Who's
you get
Vincent
the reference?
Vega?
Oh my God! Where? Like,
Is that Blade Runner?
Pull up. They notice.
Sometimes I call myself a logistics queen. It's on my LinkedIn profile.
logistics queen. Okay.
Yeah. You do a lot of making in our makerspace.
I do.
What is your favorite thing to make? Or favorite tool, like favorite technology to use in here?
None in particular. I think the important thing, and actually this was the amazing thing about the garage is, once I discovered it, I also discovered that the only limit to what I can make is my imagination. Right? So we have 3D printers here, we have CNC machines, we have boxes of electronic components, we have a sewing machine, we have jewelry making things. I now make so many things. And like I see the world differently because I see the world as opportunities to make things. And that's not just electronics, that's not, that's also in my work. How do you bring your creativity? You're a performer, a singer, an actor.
How do I bring that? I think I bring energy. I bring that energy into everything I do at work here.
Other than breaking out in song in the middle
I
of the
do.
day.
I do break out in song most of the time or all day long. Every time we move desks, we just moved desks, right? And I had to warn them, like, I'm sorry, you guys, get ready. I sing a lot at my desk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
Apologize.
it's good. Like we have universal accompaniment always. We can just bring you over and have you bust out a tune for us. Like,
I think my creative stuff is very different than Microsoft creativity, right? Because it's very much, singing, acting, music, being on stage, all that sort of stuff. But the cool thing about Microsoft is that I have found that I get to leverage those skills here. Lots of our team, thinks that my different point of view is useful in some way. Maybe it's just to make people laugh, because that's probably my favorite thing to do. But I get to bring that into my work life.
and what drives you to be creative? What's the force that
I don't
makes you
know.
work this hard in 2 jobs basically?
I don't know. That's a hard question. It's just this little, sounds cheesy, but it's like this little burning little flame. I just can't. It's how I have to live my life. I don't know. It does sound something tangible for me. I don't know. Is that weird? Maybe it's a little weird. It's very something an artist would say, I suppose.
Oh, and not a software
No.
engineer.
I just mean I'm not the best at articulating exactly what it is. I don't know. I grew up listening to music and singing my entire life. It's just sort of it's at the core of the person that I am. So I can't not apply it to everything that I do. I don't think I would be myself if I was not applying it in everything I do.
What is it about Microsoft that makes it a company where it's a possibility that everyone could come to work and feel authentic?
No, I just think our leadership has spent a long time trying to figure out better ways to do that, and every time something new, they find out about something new, they try and bring it to their teams and make everybody accountable for that kind of behavior, because at the end of the day, diverse perspectives and diverse people create better products.
Part of being our best selves is making a better place for everyone else to be their best selves, right? And I think that Microsoft is a place where that's possible, where we can all, from the bottom up, obviously we have very strong support from leadership, but we as an organization are making ourselves better. We are taking our own self-reflection and making that the self-reflection of the company. And we know, I know I'm not perfect by any means.
No.
I have work to do, and we as a company know we also have work to do, right?
I think that's the thing about D&I though, right? It's you have to be able to understand that you're not going to be perfect at it. And I think people get a run away from it a little bit because they're afraid that, I'm going to do something wrong. But the point is that you're learning, right? You're going to say the wrong thing to somebody. But the point is you being, acknowledging that when that happens and doing something different the next time, really, right? So what is your area that you're really, really passionate about is?
So mine's neurodiversity.
Yeah.
And that includes autism spectrum disorder, Tourette syndrome, introversion. The bottom line is that there is a spectrum of brains. And how those brains interact with other people or other brains and the world. If you're aware of some of the character traits of people with different attributes, it empowers you to not judge them. It empowers you to see that their behavior is not necessarily their choice. And that those people can be highly productive.
So what made you so passionate about neurodiversity?
Primarily autism, so people I care about have autism. And I just, got involved. I'm an autodidact. I just learned about it. Awareness is what makes empathy possible. So if you're aware of how people feel and why they feel the way they do, it changes the way you see them. Right.
Yeah.
When you empathize with somebody, it's really hard to judge them.
I think it's the biggest point of for me, the thing that always has been the most important to me in this diversity inclusion space that we keep working in is whenever I have a conversation or meet somebody who tells me about an experience that I would have absolutely no idea about given my own personal experience, it just changes my entire perspective about what it must be like to be, in that person's shoes. And then it's like, okay, well, if it's that hard for that person, how hard would it be for somebody else?
Happy people are creative. Contented people are creative. People who feel trusted and seen are super creative. And at our core, we're an innovation management company, and we know that if people are, how we optimize for being so successful is we create an environment where people can be their most creative. And that sort of dovetails to what we were talking about earlier about creativity, right?
Yeah, it's all a big loop for me. It's all...
Yeah, it's like literally this whole diversity and inclusion thing is about creating an environment where people can be creative. And it's because creativity comes from a feeling of safety.
Have you seen the YouTube video where the guy took a Roomba and he added this like little sound chip thing in it, and every time it hits something it screams as like bloody murder? It's hysterical.
Well, you know what I did last night?
You should make one of those for the office.
You know what I did last night?
What did you do?
I have two plant children in my apartment.
Yeah.
And I always feel guilty about sometimes I don't water them. So I wired them up to the internet yesterday.
What are their names? Do they have plant names?
My plants don't have names.
Well,
anyway,
everything
so
has.
I wired them up so that with moisture sensors, and I use that little microprocessor that has Wi-Fi in it. And now, when they are getting low on water,
they scream at you.
They send me text messages.
No, can you make them scream? That would be hysterical.
Yeah,
like
I could make
blood curdling.
I could make
horrifying.
That was my
screams.
original plan, and then I was like, my neighbors are going to hear screaming. But yes, I could absolutely do that. But
or could sing you a song, maybe?
Yeah, I could.
Your favorite song?
Well, I thought of putting a little LCD on them, and then I thought of putting a little buzzer, and then I was like, you know what? I'll just have them text me and say, "Daddy, come water me."
I keep trying to make you be sillier. Mm-hmm. You can be a little serious.
Sure. Really?
Yeah. I think so. Good serious.
Yeah, no, I'm just sleep deprived.
Sleep deprived?